On this special episode of Supercars Talk, we look at the top 5 liveries on everybody's favourite race car, the AU Falcon. This video was suggested to me by one of my big fans, Broady Taylor, who seems to have a weird love affair with all things Ford. So he wants to see the best 5 liveries from the AU Falcon period. On this video, I've decided to give the 2 that just missed out on my top 5 because I can see that a lot of people are going to suggest them down in the comments, and I did find it a little bit difficult knocking these 2 out. Just a little bit of personal preference here. The first one is the 2000 Glen Seton FTR car. This is the one that was the white, blue and red kind of torn livery, I suppose you'd call it. Quite a nice livery, probably just a little bit of my bias against Seton over those that period of time. As even in my interview with him, I said, you know, I wasn't the biggest fan of him during that time. It was a quite nice looking car though. And the other one, which might be a little bit of a shock to a lot of people that misses out, is the AU Motorsport Green-Eyed Monster. This will be a lot of people's favourite, I would imagine. My issue with it is, though, I really liked the earlier livery. Overall, I preferred the earlier livery that had the massive Ford logo that was like right down the side of the car. And I thought by the time they got to the Green-Eyed Monster version, when the Ford logo was a lot smaller down the side of the car, I didn't think that worked quite as well. Loved it with those blackouts where it looked a bit more BA-ish on the front, and then the green headlights. That from the front, it looked really good, but down the side, I much preferred that original livery that they ran with that car. So that's why it doesn't meet my top 5, because overall I think that livery could have been better. So now for the top 5. In 5th position is the John Bowe, John Briggs Caterpillar AU Falcon. He ran this in 2000-2001. The livery was pretty much the same both years. This was not a good time to be a John Bowe fan. In 1995, he won the championship, and then it kind of went downhill. In 2000, he was a distant 16th in the championship, and then it got even worse in 2001. He finished 22nd. Not great results there in Briggs Motorsport. When you think what ended up with Briggs over the next few years with Triple Eight taking them over, you would have to admit though, even though the results were not there, the car did look really good. In 4th position, we've got the 2001 Dick Johnson Racing Shell AUs. Stephen Johnson and Paul Radisich were the drivers. This was a little bit of a, return to form for the team. Funnily, Stephen actually came 5th in the championship. So for all the people who bagged him out, not a bad result. He won the round in Canberra that year. Paul Radisich was 7th in the championship. He took out the round in Perth in Wanneroo, and both of them teamed together for that memorable win in the Queensland 500, where they actually won the race buried in the sand. In 3rd position, and this was a tough one because it's a little bit of a double banger, but I did pick my favourite out of the 2, is the Brad Jones and John Bowe Aussie Mail cars. I did, instead of the black kind of John Bowe 2002 one, I did give it to the Brad Jones's white livery, mainly because of that really memorable day at Bathurst in 2001, where Brad and John Cleland gave Scafie a run for his money all day, and they did carry that essentially the same livery for 3 years between 2000 and 2002 on that car. Just a really, really nice, clean livery. In second position, and another one that ran over multiple years. It's funny now to think where, you know, we complained that Dick Johnson Racing has run the same Shell livery for a few years now. To think people ran the same livery, you know, for years and years and years, and nobody complained back then. But this spanned 3 drivers as well. The Stone Brothers Racing Pirtek livery of Jason Bright, Craig Baird, and then Marcus Ambrose. So 1999, 2000 and 2001, this one spanned over. They did seem to make some changes to it in later 2001, in Ambrose's year, that I don't think they went in the right direction with it. I really like the previous one, but you know, times move on. Jason Bright was potentially the most successful with this livery. He finished 8th in the championship in 1999, 1 round win at Darwin, and 10 other podiums during the year. You can see why then he did kind of, unfortunately it was only 1 year overseas, but you can see why he did move overseas, because you know, his career at that point was really progressing quite well. Craig Baird came out of the blocks really strong in 2000 and got a podium at Phillip Island, but it was just basically nothing for the rest of the year after that. He finished a distant 15th in the championship. Ambrose was 8th in the championship, but then he didn't have the livery all year, and his pole at Bathurst appears to be in the revised livery. So I'm going to say Broady had the best results out of the 3 of them with that livery. And for my favourite AU livery of all time, it goes to Mark Larkham with his Mitre 10 livery from the year 2000. Pole at Bathurst, need I say any more? I always had a bit of a soft spot for Larkham. He came in kind of in 95, all guns are blazing. We're going to build this open wheel inspired EF Falcon. We're going to blow everyone away. And yeah, they did. It was very, very, very poor car. But then they sat down, they ate some humble pie, they went back to basics, and you know, they chipped away at it, got involved with the Stone Brothers, and went off by himself again. And this was probably peak Mark Larkham around this time, and I think he puts this down as his best achievement. And to me, it was the best looking car of all the you know, the Larkham Motorsport ones out there. Please, 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 I want to see a model of this car. Yeah, I'm really hanging for this one, especially, you know, we've got 500 Tiranas that you can pick, and no Mark Larkham AU, which was the best looking AU of all time. So, down in the comments, do you agree with me? I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, no, the Green-Eyed Monster was definitely the best looking AU, but that's what we're here for. Feedback is great. I love it. And if you have any suggestions for other videos like this, I would love to hear them. I have got a few that are ready to go, but always great to hear what other people want to see on here, so let me know down in the comments. Until next time, I'm still Dave, and I'll catch you later.